Hello, my name is D.sylvia Renata Simatupang. My academic number is 1801030051. I'm from English Department in University HKBP Nomensen Pematang Siantar. And here we want to tell you about our task about language acquisitions. I want to tell you about number 1 until number 4. The first is, what is a second language acquisition? Second language acquisition is where the child already knows the first language, which is a language that has been accepted since childhood and has been able to master it, and where he will acquire additional language, whether it's learned at school or his environment gradually. Number second is, what is language acquisitions? Language acquisitions is the process of acquiring language by itself, as saying you want to eat. So my mom is from the child's awareness in saying what wants. So language acquisitions here is obtained from oneself who to express it. Number 3, what are differences acquisition and learning? The differences between acquisition and learning is in language acquisitions, where in language acquisitions is obtained through early interaction, while learning is still learning it gradually. Number 4 is, what are second language acquisitions barriers? Barriers to acquiring a second language, namely the pronunciation or intonation of the child that does not fit because they are not able to understand the language. It is difficult to pronounce it. The second is that the child of difficult to process language or use the syntax. The third is that child is to focus on the dictionary without wanting to develop it because of that the child becomes confused in terms of combining words. And my friends will continue.
Hello my friends, my name is Pani Santarika Saragih with academic number 1801030061. I am from English Department in University HKBP Nomensen Pematang Siantar. Okay, I will continue to answer the question number 5 until number 7. The question of number 5 is, when is the best age to learn second language? We think age for children to learn a second language are children who have not gone to school, especially in the 3 years old. In the 3 years old, child is thinking about language, behavior, attitudes, talents, and then characteristics. So that the 3 years old children are the right start to learn a new language or a second language, and the 3 years old usually have start to using a mother tongue or the second language. 500% of children learning abilities develop when the child is 1 year and old. Another 13% develop at the age of 8 years, and that means that the age of children up to 8 years is important period for children to continue to learn and develop. And next, number 6, what is considered proficient in a second language? Namely, that the child is able to speak and understand another language with a better than what was taught by his parents, either through fairy tale when going to sleep, so that child will be able to understand it and be used to so the new language because had been assumed and taught to children. So children will proficient in the new language, and where the intonation of the pronunciation of words is following by children as spoken by parents and adult children. And the last question is number 7. What is the ultimate goal in acquiring a second language, and how does this affect at what age is taught? The ultimate goal of acquiring second language, according to Asbull in 1974, in physical, adults have a much greater vocabulary and consider grammatical generalization, while the age of second language taught some research Research has shown optimal age around 7 until years old and 10 until 12 years old. Infancy suggests that younger, better is might suffered by the media and junk science. I think that's all, and we continue with my friends.
Okay, I will continue. My name is Monira Noverdita Sinaga. My academic number 18010300052. Number 8. How an adult amnesia acquires second language? For answer, amnesiacs lost their long-term memory, but their short-term memory and their ability to speak and understand is not all impaired, so that they can acquire a second language like normal people. For example, the teacher gives the student vocabulary and where the student will remember it at the time. But if time had passed, it might have been forgotten. But if it is always discussed, the student will remember it. Number 9. How does mother tongue affect second language acquisition? Answer. A person's mother tongue can affect the way the brain processes auditory words in a second language. Since the quotes that signify the beginning and end of words can differ from language to language. A person's mother tongue can provide misleading information when learning to divide a second language into words. Any traveler is trying to better understand the types of quiz second language. Learners hear when recognize where words in continuous speech. Also, study how adaptive adult learners acquire this new speech use. Number 10. Is there a meta-analysis on predictors of second language acquisition or bilingual language acquisition? Answer. There are meta-analysis predictors of a second language acquisition or bilingual language acquisition because each stake has a host of equally reasonable decisions that can be made. Each decision will influence the conduct of the meta-analysis, the nature of the results, and the substantive implication of findings and meta-analysis in applied linguistics is well planned. Employs statistical methods and is based on true understanding. For all of it, thank you.